Hey guys, this is Jorge Zapata. Welcome to the channel. This is my first video. We'll be going over my first crit of the 2023 season. This is from the Tour of St. Louis on Sunday, March 20th. It was a Cat 3 race. We've got some good teams participating from all over the Midwest, as well as some solid collegiate teams too. Marian University, they were wearing black kits with blue and green trim. Adapt Chem Station, some strong juniors from Chicago. They're lined up right in front of me. Lindenwood University out of St. Louis. They're wearing black and gold. Riders from all over mostly. I think everyone's been waiting for the start of the season. Pretty cold day outside. Normal start. Race lasts around 55 minutes and covers just under 40 kilometers. Before we jump into the highlights, I'd like to thank GoPro and Telemetry Overlay for sponsoring this video. We got a really cool course, rectangle shaped. We'll run through it real quick on this first lap. We go through two little turns, chicane-like feel if you hit them fast enough. Second little section was a hard right turn, but it straightens out for a nice long stretch with a tailwind too. The group strings out, so it's key to stay towards the front in this part of the race. We usually pick up speed in this section and carry it through. It's interesting. We curve onto a bridge, so a little incline, but the bridge is pastured really poorly, so that slows the pace line down big time. And for the last feature, it's a hard right turn into the final stretch, the little headwind too. Alright, so we're about 3.7 kilometers into the race. And I started to explore some good lines. After the chicane, there was almost always a good line in the outside because the pace slowed down in the following turn. Great idea to make up for some spots, and you'll see me use this a lot throughout the race. Alrighty, crossing the line 5 laps in. We're about to ride into the chicane pretty quickly, and you're going to see that someone almost crashes into me. Scary. We were moving pretty fast, and I braked, and the rider to my right just missed me. You could see people sneaking over to the left and just avoiding it too. Lost a few wheels, but hey, no one was taken out, so yeah. Alright, we're coming in after about 8 kilometers here. You can see pretty solid effort to catch up with the group, and I just carry my momentum through. Passing some people up here, and one of the guys goes off the front here, and I decide to hold on. You can see the guy right behind me gives me a little push, and we kind of stay along, kind of just stringing out the race a little bit, bringing the pace back up after a pretty slow lap beforehand. So it's pretty cool. Little pull here, and then yeah, we're done. Keep the rotation going. Alright, we're 10.5 kilometers in. We're going to see our first attack on the left-hand side of the road. Two Adapt Chem Station guys, Joaquin and Harry. Some good response to it, and we managed to close the gap. These guys have been having some pretty good results this past season, and you can see their level of aggressiveness right here. 13.8 kilometers in, we see another attack. Started to see the Adapt guys enjoy attacking in the tailwind here in this section. Looks like another rider was with him, but it got pulled back fairly quickly. Both of these situations, I was kind of stuck in the middle of the peloton and sat in and waited. I wasn't ready to make any big moves without any teammates, and concerning we weren't even halfway throughout the race. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit. We have just under 17 kilometers to go to the finish. And I see Harry Lasker coming behind to pass me in this last corner. Hard to tell, but you can see it through the rear camera on the GoPro. It wasn't mounted correctly, and it's kind of dangling right now. But I kind of get an idea that he's going to launch an attack, so I make sure to stick close behind him. Sure enough, he does, and I'm on his wheel. The rest of the peloton stays on, follows, and we close the gap to the lead breakaway. I'm going to fast forward just shy over 28 kilometers, and you'll kind of get to see a little bit of action from here. Kind of tough to see, but I'll freeze the frame for you guys. It's kind of funny. We're in mid-pack, and amongst the people in the group, we start hearing moped. And, you know, to my surprise, there was an older gentleman on a moped, unknowing that there's a race going on. So we had to neutralize for a little bit. Yeah, there he is. He had no idea until the course officials had escorted him before one of the bigger turns in that final stretch. Alrighty, fast forward a little bit. You'll see we have just about 6 laps to go. You'll definitely see an increase in the pace and the speed of this group. I myself have to move up because my positioning is not good at all. I'm in the back half of the group, and in order for me to get a good result, now is my time to start moving up in the peloton. Alright, we are moving 7.5 kilometers to go. You'll see my guy Joaquin over here in the blue with the pink stripe on his right arm. He's gonna approach one of the guys in the red and black. He's gonna be like, hey, you wanna get in a little break with me? And he's like, nah, I'm good. You can see him shake his head and continue off, but I recognized that and thought it would be a good idea to get on his wheel. I wasn't sure if he was going to be just causing disruption in the race or trying to get into a break and actually pull something off himself. So I thought it was smart to kind of follow his wheel, see what he had to offer, and jump off if I didn't feel confident in what he was doing. So you see here, he's taking the outside line to gain a ton of wheels. We're getting close and entering that final corner of that last stretch. I lose his wheel a little bit, but a little bit more kind of join in. I don't see anything. I don't think he's going to be doing anything. He's at the front, but his teammate Harry Lasker jumps off and takes the first attack within the last 7 Ks. This is his attempt to win the race with a few laps to go. Try to just solo break it because most of this race has been pretty punchy, nothing smooth, a lot of nobody wanting to take poles. So he's taking advantage of this. He's going to try to break away, and we'll see what happens next. Alright, so Harry was caught. We have a chase group of 4 right up the road, and we can see someone breaking off real quick here to close that gap. Yeah. I go and hold the wheel of Marion Cycling. Really strong riders here, and we're all kind of bridging across, and I'm almost opening a gap. You can see a big gap behind me, but one of the Marion riders bridges this and brings the rest of the line with them. So we're all pretty strung out right now. Probably 10th or 15th wheel of 55 or 60 riders. So I'm considering myself in a pretty good position. Once we hit this bridge though, kind of gets a little bit more unorganized. It kind of bunches up, and I try to move up just a little bit, but not too much. I see 2 adapt cyclists up there. I just want to make sure I'm on one of them's wheel should something happen. So I'm taking the outside line with Keen right here. and he launches 1,000+ watt attack. I'm on his way right there, and you see him look back. He's still committing, so I think to keep going. And you see him look back, and he all of a sudden stops pedaling, and I'm like, oh man, I just wasted all that power with 1 lap to go, 1 or 2 laps to go, and that was the end of my race, trying to close that gap. I wasn't sure if him and I could have done it together, but from the looks of it, he gave up pretty early, and now I'm in the front, taking the pole, trying to get off, but Harry didn't want to get off my wheel, so I took a easy line, and the Marion guys took up and brought the pace back up. Alright, we have 600 meters to go. I'm in a pretty bad spot, if you can see. There are a lot more riders in front of me than there are behind. I just passed up the lead-out rider for one of the Marion teams. And I am gassed from the 900 watt effort for a good amount of time. My goal is just to sprint it out and see if I can pass any wheels. So next time, I'll be more patient, wait for a more confident attack, or stick in until a little bit later. But lesson learned, beginning of the season, and be hoping to put a lot more interesting content up. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope you have a great day.